One of the greatest struggles to go through when smoking meat, at least for me, is not about starting the fire, but keeping that fire going. I am Jong from Etag, and this is my meat smoking story. The smoke comes from fire, and the fire starts with the firewood. When smoking meat, I was told that selecting what kind of firewood will be used is as important as to how one wants to smoke the meat. One can't just pick up any tree branch along one's way. There are some wood that are good for cold or hot smoking. Some are good for their heat retention capabilities, and some are good for their flavor. For us, the firewoods that we used were almond trees that our neighbors had to cut down, and cotton fruit trees too, or sandalwood that the previous typhoons took down. Over the past months, we've been preparing a lot of firewood. Those sandalwoods were brought from subland. We had to chop it down further so that we can dry it up and have the woods used for smoking once it's well seasoned. It was no easy task. We even took turns in hacking the wood down. After making sure that there is enough firewood for smoking, the next tool one should have is a smoker, an equipment that is specifically used for smoking meat. My cousin Manong would build his own smokers. This gigantic smoker in the video is one of them. He also customizes smokers, so if you want to have one and start your own smoking journey, you can easily contact him since he's tagged in this video. You can ask me questions too if you want, but I am no expert. The next big thing is, of course, the meat you're about to smoke. Be it a pork or beef, bacon or brisket. The meat I was tasked to smoke here is pork belly. I was instructed to keep the smoker's temperature at a certain heat level. Make it hotter or colder than the target temperature will most likely compromise the outcome of what you're wanting to do with the meat. I made use of an Angyob, a kankanaay or ibaloy word for a tube that is blown to make a fire stronger or to prevent it from dying. I could say that one of the greatest struggle to go through when smoking meat, at least for me, is not about starting the fire, but keeping that fire going. The smoke made me cry. The heat burnt my skin. It was very hard to breathe, but sure is a challenge. Smoking is like painting, see? Your paintbrush is the fire and smoke, and your canvas is the meat. The painting is how the meat turns out at the end of the day. After stretching your patience out, your mouth continuously blowing the fire, your hands chopping and preparing the firewood, fitting it into the firebox, your body and soul getting weary, your spirit praying that the outcome will be great. Once you open the chamber and see that the meat is smiling back at you, you'll know that you did the job well done.
So what?